remember we met, I could tell by your smile. You hadn't been with a good girl like me in a while. Yeah, you were impressed, couldn't leave me alone. Text me every time that you pick up the phone.
Good day everyone! Ipapasyal ko kayo dito sa Whistler Summit kung saan may taas siya na 2,624 meter above sea level. Tara na at mamasyal tayo.
Nakabukas ang ano mo.
Alin? Pasara mo nga na yun.
Mawawala ang ano mo dyan, phone. Basta itong battery. Ano ba ito? Battery naman yung sakyan. So say,
Bring along windbreaker, sweater, sturdy shoes, sunglasses, binoculars.
okay.
It can be windy.
Alright.
Oh,
All
wala kang
aboard!
jacket. Wala kang windbreaker, ma.
Yeah, you are only a 7-minute cable car ride away from the Alpine. Okay? So we're gonna ride on a tram. Yan. You have to validate your ticket. So to ride in a tram, adult 59.95 plus tax. Youth 33, dog $9. Ayan. So that's the ticket for adult 59.95, 33 for youth, and $9 for dog. Ayan. For the dog. So meron din dito ano, yan. Going up and here, ayan. Holy, yan. Welcome to Jasper SkyTram. Ayan. So nandito kami ngayon sa Whistler Mountain Summit. Ayan.
Ay, 48 na. Mama ko na natin. May time ka pa.
Yeah, we're boarding now to the tram. Ayan.
O, group tayo. Where's everybody?
Six. Oh, seven.
Ayun yung ano taas. Ayun yung taas na.
So that's gonna be, that is our destination to the peak, Whistler Mountain Summit. So medyo may kalamigan pa dyan. Oh, wow. So, ayan. Ayan. Boarding na po. Ay, nakatayo lang.
Nakatayo. Ay, hindi pala upo.
So we're gonna just stand. Okay. Just standing.
Thank you.
Oh, ato ba yung hawakan ko?
Morning.
Ayan.
How are you?
Very well, thank you. 14.
Yes, sir.
Siguro ano ko to man?
So good morning everyone and welcome to the Jasper SkyTram. My name is John. I'm going to be your operator to the top. We're going to start here in a moment. We're just waiting for both our cars to be ready. Once we're ready, we're going to head right up the mountain. On the way up the mountain, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the tramway, a little bit about the area. If you do have any questions on the way up, just feel free to ask.
Okay.
Now, the Jasper SkyTram wishes to acknowledge that we are on traditional indigenous grounds. They have been used for centuries for a variety of different things, including hunting, also as meeting places and as routes through the mountains themselves. Now, the Jasper SkyTram is what's known as a switchback or a counterbalance system. Now, it's often referred to as a reversible tramway. We do only have two cars in the system. One car goes up, the other car comes down. Now, we are permanently attached to each other, so one car cannot leave without the other. So as we leave this lower terminal on this side of the building heading up the mountain, the other car is leaving the upper terminal on the other side of the building heading down the mountain. When we arrive at the top, they arrive at the bottom. Very much like an old-fashioned clothesline going back and forth, or like a seesaw or teeter-totter, one car up, the other car down. Now, we are not like a gondola system. We don't have the many cars that go round and round. We just have the two cars that go back and forth on the system. Excuse me. Now, having said that, we're a little bit more energy efficient because when we stop, our motors stop. Whereas on a gondola system, their cables are constantly going around, constantly using electricity. And in other respects, we are a little bit more conservative too, in the fact that in the morning now, when we're taking people up and not bringing very many people down, this is when we're using our most electricity. In the midday, when we're bringing almost the same amount of people up and down, it acts almost like a balance back and forth, so we're not using as much electricity. At the end of the day, when we're bringing most people down, we're using very little electricity. We start and stop the trams and keep it at a constant speed. Very much like when you're going to drive down here at the end of the day, you're going to feather your brakes to keep at a constant speed. Now, when we left the lower terminal, we were at a elevation of about 1,300 meters. Now, that's about 200 meters above the valley floor. When we arrive at the top, we'll be at about 2,300 meters. That's about 200 meters below the summit.
High.
That's a 1 kilometer, 1,000 meter vertical lift, and the track that we follow is about 2.2 kilometers in length, and our total time up the mountain from the bottom to the top is about 7.5 minutes. Now, is everybody okay with meters? Would anyone like that in feet? I do speak both languages, folks. Feet and meters. Everyone's good?
Good.
So you just have to multiply by 3 if you need to get into feet. Now, we are soon going to come up to and pass around our single support tower. It's about 2/5 of the way up the mountain. It's 20 meters tall. As we pass around it, we're actually going to change the angle going up the mountain. We're going from a steep angle to a more shallow angle. We are on a pivot above us. What happens is the car sways a little bit from front to back. So do prepare yourselves for it. Watch you don't lose your balance, folks. It's a very gentle sway, folks, like being on a big swing. So here we go. There's the push. And that's the release.
Oh!
And that's about as close as we get to a roller coaster, folks. So now, if you look off to my immediate left, you'll see the other set of cables. If you can follow them up the mountain and behind me, you'll now see our other car coming down. Of course, we are going to pass it at exactly halfway. Our traveling speed today is 7 meters per second. That's about 25 kilometers an hour. So when we pass it, it's like passing a car on the highway. You add the two speeds together. So we're going to pass it at a relative speed of about 50 kilometers an hour. Like, give them a little wave as they go by. As you can see, there isn't very many people going down at this point. So unfortunately, we have a lot of smoke and haze from the fires around us, folks. It kind of goes up just a little bit above the upper terminal. As you can see a little bit of blue sky when we get up there, but you can't see a lot of the features around. So I'll tell you a little bit about Jasper itself. Now, the town of Jasper, it has an has a population of about 5,000 people, just over 5,000. And we also have what's known as a ghost between about 1810 and 1820, just north and east of Jasper towards Hinton. He was a clerk at a trading post there. He was there for quite a while. He was very well known. He began to be known as Jasper's House or Jasper House, and that's where Jasper gets its name from. Now, meters, and about 1/3 of Jasper National Park is actually above the tree line. Now, you'll notice that the last few trees are quite small, quite sparse. The average growing season up here is about 60 to 90 days. The little trees grow about 1 millimeter per year. Those little trees are over 200 years old. Now, we've been saying that for almost 60 years too, folks, so they're over 260 years old. So above the tree line, we are in an alpine tundra, similar to what you see in the north of the Arctic. We have no grass, leave only footprints. And please don't feed the animals. Our diet is not their diet, and it usually ends up in their demise. and this applies to anywhere in the park, folks. So we are slowing. It has some beers and wines, and it also has some craft beers, some crafted right in Jasper itself. Now there are decks on both sides of the building. There are placards on the decks. If some things do pop through this haze, it'll explain them to you. And there's a boardwalk that takes you around the back of the building. Now, if you are so inclined, you can go off that boardwalk, folks. Now, when you do so, you will offer property offer.
Look at that. We're gonna climb up there.
Wala ka nang makita eh.
Yan. So it's still foggy.
Hindi pagi. Ano daw?
Smoke. Yeah, so that's a smoke. So, oh my God. Oh, hindi.
Na-video ha.
The phone.
I got it on video.
Oh. My goodness. Yeah.
No.
Good thing somebody in there. Yan, ka-on ba?